P-40 fighter plane plunges over the mountains of Hong Kong. Inside the cockpit, the pilot carries a secret. He has just recorded the exact coordinates of a new, highly sophisticated Japanese radar station. This map shows the scale of the threat. Based on German Freya technology, this new system boasts a massive 100-kilometer detection radius. As it expands outward from Hong Kong, it can intercept and neutralize almost any incoming Allied flight path. If the coordinates to this radar station remain a secret, Allied forces will be flying blind, locked out of striking occupied territories from the air. Getting that intelligence out is a logistical nightmare. In the 1940s, Hong Kong is one of the most heavily fortified occupied territories on Earth. And the American pilot didn't make it far. He's been captured by a Japanese commander, scheduled to be paraded through the streets for the Emperor's upcoming birthday celebration. The real problem? The critical gun camera footage, the film that actually holds the coordinates of the radar station, is still sitting inside the wreckage of his plane, miles away. The only people positioned to retrieve it are the Dongjiang guerrillas. They are a severely under-equipped civilian resistance group, armed with whatever they can find. Allied air operations across the South China coast now depend on the success of these outgunned, everyday citizens. Their first move is to secure the pilot. The guerrillas track him to a bowling alley in Wanshai, where he's being held temporarily before his formal transfer. This group operates on a lethal pragmatism, summarized by a simple phrase, "ganhua," meaning "let's work." Racing against a ticking clock, they execute a highly efficient breakout, cutting straight through the armed local garrison. They manage to get the American pilot out alive, but the strategic mission is a failure as long as the intelligence remains lost in the mountains. Once they reach a temporary safe house, the pilot drops a massive complication on his rescuers. He tells them about the gun camera still sitting in the crash site. The guerrillas have a strict mandate: escort this pilot to a designated extraction point at a nearby sea cave. That is their primary objective. This visualization maps out their dilemma. On one side, they secure one pilot. On the other, leaving the camera behind allows that unseen Japanese radar to slaughter future Allied squadrons. To tip the scales back, these local fighters have to solve a terrible calculus. They must choose to risk their own survival to retrieve a roll of film for a foreign military. They make the pivot. The group splits up, sending a detachment to secure the camera from the wreckage near the heavily guarded Ping Shek mine. To bypass active Japanese patrols, they navigate through the Gin Drinker Line, a network of abandoned British fortifications. But their stealth approach completely fails. They walk directly into a sudden, heavily armed Japanese ambush inside the tunnels. The human cost of their calculus is immediate. To ensure the others can escape with the pilot and the film, a guerrilla fighter named Dan intentionally breaks cover, sacrificing his life to hold off the advancing soldiers. Among the resistance, there is an ancient proverb that describes this kind of choice. A death with true purpose is as heavy as Mount Tai. Dan's sacrifice highlights the price of disapparition. These local fighters willingly traded their own lives to secure a single roll of military film. The surviving team makes it to the rendezvous point. They reach the sea cave, successfully securing both the American pilot and the gun camera. Exactly 1 month later, the coordinates extracted from that wreckage were used to plan a specific retaliatory strike. Armed with the exact coordinates, Allied bombers launch a targeted bombing run against the radar station at Ho Man Tin Hill. By neutralizing this single bottleneck, the Allied forces restore their air superiority across the region. Taking out that radar system shifted the momentum of the air war in the region back toward the Allies. By October 1944, the success of this rescue operation helped formalize an official intelligence cooperation agreement between American forces and the Chinese Communist resistance. This chart tracks the broader impact of the Dongjiang Brigade. Over the course of the occupation, they successfully rescued a total of 89 Allied and international personnel, including 8 American pilots who would have otherwise been lost. These were not elite, professional special forces. They were ordinary citizens who stepped directly into the crossfire. The war in the Pacific was defined by this specific kind of cooperation, an alliance where the strategic intelligence required by a global military was secured and paid for by local civilians.